Hello, my name is Brittany Deigh. I am a psychic medium and spiritual teacher. My divine purpose is to assist in the expansion of the collective consciousness and to help you become more connected with the divine. This is a space to remember all that you truly are and ignite the possibilities of your highest potential. Hello, and welcome back for another episode of the Addicted Household Recovery. I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm coming to this episode this week a little bit tender, a little bit triggered, a little bit human, because I, for the first time in my life, I'm fully anchoring into this birthright, this trueness that I am always healed and that I am always whole and that I'm not this broken, fragmented being because I experienced trauma. And the reason why I'm a little bit triggered is because I actually I was treated this way not only my whole entire life, right? So that's why I'm like still manifesting it in my reality, but by this therapist, not my therapist. My therapist that I've had for 3 years is a rock star. Freaking love her. But by a different therapist. I'll try and make the details a little bit more ambiguous. But she basically completely invalidated my feelings and my experience. First appointment, never had met with her before. And basically just said that, this is my broken parts and I need to go talk to my therapist about all of this, and that basically this has nothing to do with my family. And basically this is your little broken, your little broken inner child, didn't even use the words inner child. I don't even know if she knows that language. Sorry. Okay. I'm shaming. Let's back it up. We're all human. She's just broken. That's all that it is. She's not, oh my God. See, she's not broken. She is just hurting, just like my parts are hurting. Wow. That's how deep the programming is. Wow. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Part of me wants to edit that out, but we're not doing that anymore. Wow. She is, I told you guys, I warned you I was triggered. She is hurting and feels deep down that she is broken and that maybe her family too is broken from addiction. And my feelings inside of me that too feel that way were being reflected. It was like we were doing this dance of it being reflected. She's projecting on me, I'm projecting on her. I've actually never had this with a therapist in my life before, so I wasn't really expecting that. I've always just like cracked. I mean, you guys know from listening to my podcast, I'm raw, I'm authentic. I'll just crack it open and let it all out, especially in like designated safe containers, but, I realized it was so potent. That appointment ended up being so potent because I realized that this is how the entire world treated me and my family after my father passed. Everybody treated, I'm sure, my mom and my brother and me, we were all just like, oh man, they're so broken and fragile. They lost, their father. She lost her husband, the father of her kids. Like, what a broken family they are because they lost this parent, this pillar of the family. And because it was because of drugs and like all of that addiction, like, oh, they're just so broken. And the whole world kept treating us that way and we kept believing it. And so then we're having this whole war in our household our whole life, and we're trying to numb it through addictions and, just try and dimming it down as much as we can, each one of us in our own different ways. And I'm like really so tired of people treating me and my family like we're fucking broken. We're not broken. We're human. And we got hurt. And losing my father, losing our fucking my dad, like one of our pillars, it pummeled us and it hurt us because we're human. Because he meant a lot to each and every single one of us. And we didn't have the tools. We didn't know how to recover. And then everyone else outside of us is like, oh, you poor thing. Oh yeah, I don't know how. Because they shy away from their own hurt feelings and their own internal, negative, heavy, that I'm air quoting right now because people deem it as good or bad or negative or good or negative or light or positive or heavy or light or whatever. It's like, no, we were human. My dad was a human doing his absolute best in his life. I have no doubt about that. I believe every single one of us is doing our best in this life. And because, just like that therapist, because everyone outside of us kept treating us like, oh, you poor, so disempowering. You poor people. I feel so bad for you guys. You lost your dad. Then we kept, and believing it and embracing and going, oh my God, yeah, poor us. We lost our dad. This is so sad. And I'm not saying that it's not so sad, but it's so belittling. Instead of empowering us and coming in and saying, how can we be of support? How can we hold you? What can we do? And I'm realizing that it was just the rest of the world's and the people around us inability to have peace and to support their own quote unquote broken parts. So whenever we quote unquote broke right in front of them, they fucking turned away. And they abandoned us. Or whenever they came around, they were like, oh, poor you guys. It's so sad what you're going through or what you went through. And it just became this perpetual, we were a sob story. They're projecting on us that we're a sob story. And so then we created this fucking sob story, this broken story, whenever on a core level, every single one of us are beautiful souls. We face our shit whenever we see it, and we do our best every single step of the way, every single one of us. But it was like believing deep down that I was broken, believing deep down that our family was broken because of this trauma that we experienced. We created that. We literally created that. Whenever any other family would feel really hurt if one of the pillars, one of the members of the family died and left and disappeared and was no longer in the human experience with them. Grief and loss and human emotions would arise. It was only the people around us and the beliefs within ourselves that deemed them unhealthy or broken or negative. Like, it's really so mind-blowing to really and truly realize your own divine birthright of wholeness and completeness and always being healed. My daughter did not come into this world broken. She is a beautiful, divine being that is healed, that is whole, that is perfect. And I am just the same as her. I'm just in a larger body, but I am still God's child. And it is my birthright as God's child that I came into this life healed and whole and holy, and I'm going to walk out of this life healed, whole, and holy. And every moment in between, I am that. And I'm really triggered and tired of people treating these genuine human emotions as negative or heavy or broken. You are not broken. Your family is not broken. Whatever happened to you is part of the human experience, and you organically and naturally had human emotions after that. And we, as conscious evolving beings, need to really anchor in and understand this on a deep level, so that way the generations before us can stand in the light of their divine birthright, and we don't just turn around and project on them how broken they are and how broken our family still is. It's not true. At the core, it is not true. And I don't want anyone on this planet truly walking around believing that, because it's not true. You are always complete. You are always God's child. You are always whole. You are always healed. You are forever going to be on the journey of recovering yourself. You are forever going to be on the journey of discovering yourself. That's why this is a spiritual illness. Addiction is a spiritual illness. This is about your soul's evolution, your soul's journey in the human body, and learning how to cope with the human experience as a deep feeling soul. You're not sensitive. You're not too much. You're not overbearing. You're not over anything. You're not to anything. You and your family and what your family experience is not to anything. Maybe it is for the people around you, but then that means that you and your family need to go find better support. You're not asking I promise, you are not asking too much of the people around you to show up in the way that really feels good for you. And if it is too much for them, or if it's too much for them to bear witness to your family and what your family is experiencing, then they're not meant to be in your life. You're meant to rise and to lean on other people that also have the capacity to hold their quote unquote broken, negative, heavy parts. I don't even like that anymore. I'm so tired of people treating people like they're broken. We're all walking around pointing fingers saying how broken you are, how heavy this world is, how unsafe this world is, how broken this world is. This world is not broken. This world is not full of broken people. This world is full of humans having a human experience and navigating their best. And if we could just soften and let down all of these guards and these judgments and these pointing the finger and projection, and if we could all soften into our humanness and honor our true human emotion and our true human experience, it would change the world. It would change ourselves. It would change our family. It would change our relationships and how we interact with the world. And we would honestly live in a way more peaceful world if we would all honor the trueness of the human experience and the spectrum of the human emotions and the spectrum of the human experiences, and not sitting there going through our life categorizing, this is bad, this is good, this is negative, this is positive, this is light, this is like, and that's how the bypassing happens, is because it's like, oh, I'm loving light over here. I'm just trying to be present. I don't need to go back into all of that shit. That shit's heavy. That shit's negative. Well, then that's fine. I'm here for the real, raw, organic, authentic, deep, and wide human experience. That's why I came to Earth. Not to deem any part of the human experience as broken or negative or bad. We as a collective are breaking the duality in this human experience on this earth plane. That's what we came here to do. And so holding the capacity for all of the human experience will move you away from feeling like this broken, fragile being, or your family is this broken family because of what happened to you, and you're fragile and you're sensitive and everybody needs to walk on eggshells. If they feel like they're walking on eggshells, they're not meant for you or your family. Like, let them go. Let them go wither away. And sorry, see, I'm being judgmental, I'm shaming, but seriously, like, go wither away in the duality. If you want to say stuck in the good and bad of life, if in the negative and positive, instead of just playing in the fullness of this human experience, that's their choice. I'm inviting you today to embrace the human experience, to embrace your family's experience, to embrace the negative and broken and all the parts of yourself and allowing them all to be created and expressed. Stop suppressing. Stop trying to run away. You're human. You're literally trying to escape the organic human experience while you're in being a human. Like, in all honesty, like what's coming right now, it's not even possible. Like, that is not possible. If you are here on planet Earth, you are going to experience the full spectrum of what it means to be human. And if you want to resist it and you want to push it away and you want to suppress it and you want to deem it as negative, that's on you. But I know that I came here to break those boxes, to break those glass ceilings, to break those barriers, and to allow the full, whole expression and experience of being human to flow and move through me. That's why I came to the human experience. And that's what this illness offers you, is to stop suppressing and numbing and pushing the human experience away and to sober up and get really present with what is before you and love that. Whatever arises within you, embracing it and being fully present. Whatever arises within you and your family, embracing it and being fully present with it. That's what this illness can offer you. And all you have to do is be true and genuine and honest, and not push away and suppress and deem negative or deem unhealthy or deem bad or heavy. Allowing yourself in the fullest capacity of who you are as your divine birthright, as a whole being, as an always healed and holy being, to experience what it means to be human.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed that episode. Please subscribe, leave a review, and if this was impactful for you at all, please share it with others. This is how we can help each other. Much love and namaste.